Shalom, family. I'm just shaking my head because I just got off of a Zoom call um, just to be a support to our brothers in black, our brothers of S.O.C. Um, man, I just, I think about just imagine if I had grew up with this, you know, men. You look at the social media and they talk about we don't need men, men aren't wanted. What would you rather be, meet in the woods, a bear or a man? I'd rather meet a bear. That sound crazy. Y'all really do. Um, and what's so crazy to me more than anything is that we fall for the okey doke. How we don't need men? How? How is that possible? I mean, I'm a woman. I am a wife, right? And no, I'm not like married to a person here on earth, but I'm married to the Most High, right? I was gonna point to my ring finger, um, but so I think about if I had the pleasure of growing up with a kingdom father, a man who follows the Most High Yah with dignity and pride. My greatness. I don't know who I'd be today at 56. Ain't no telling what we would have and what I'd own. The things I'd have accomplished. Man, Pastor Kofi is an amazing leader. His beautiful wife, Elder Alma, Elder Maya, their love is so beautiful. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even know. I remember the first time I came across one of her videos and I was like, look at this beautiful woman. I didn't know who she was. I had no idea. I don't know. She was in a car and she was just talking about something that had happened or what was going on. And I was just like, wow, she is so beautiful. And I was just listening to her words and I was like, I love the way she speaks. You just kind of melt in it. You can hear it. You can feel the words that she say, right? And then Pastor Kofi kept mentioning her because he mentions his beautiful wife all the time, trust me. And he said her name, and I was like, hmm. So that lady said that was her name. I was like, wait a minute, is that his wife? So I had to go and look up his page and stuff and, seeing his wife. I was like, that is her. And I went back and I was looking at the videos. I was like, oh, wow. I said, well, it makes sense. Yep. He talks about her. You can see the love that he has for her from the Most High, because we're supposed to love each other as the Most High loves his family, his church, right? Well, not his church because that's the S.O.C, but his family, his children, and you could see the love that they have for each other. It's beautiful. It is so beautiful. What a blessing that Solomon, their handsome son, that's our prince, um, is raised in this family with the truth. Can't wait. I pray I'm still around to see who Solomon is called to be. Because what? It's going to be, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful family to be a part of. S.O.C, man, y'all don't even know. Every time I listen to my pastor, I'm just blown away, like from the learning. And it's not just him. We have so many other ministers, and they all teach a different way. They all got their own little way to get the word, get the truth to you. I thank the Most High every day. But you know what? More than that, I thank me. Let me tell you, for being obedient because I kept searching. I kept wanting to know the truth. I kept looking. I kept trying to figure this thing out because I knew that there's a better way, right? I knew it. So back to why I was doing the video in the first place. So tonight was Brothers in Black. And so to hear them uplift each other, to hear their thoughts and to see the strength just through a screen at the YouTube, a Zoom call, just the strength that they have. I love to look at the beards, some of the guys, some of them, not everybody has a beard, but the beards to me today shows, our pastor has this it's like tapestry that I think he's at home where he will teach in front of, and I could just see the beard on the lion. I just feel like, you need the hair and because that's Christ-like, right? So you need. I'm not saying you need it to be a kingdom man. That's not what I'm saying. Just for me, I just love it. It's just you just see you see kingdom. You see it in the men, and we need them. We need their strength. We need their teaching. We need their zeal for the Most High and allow the Most High to guide him, to guide us. Yes, we need him. I'm not saying that the Most High won't guide me without a husband. Well, because he is my husband, he is leading me. So until I have a different, a man, a kingdom man that the Most High gives me to marry, I'm married to the Most High. So I'm still being led, right? But then when you get those husbands, them kingdom husbands, those kingdom fathers, those kingdom brothers, those kingdom men in the community, I'm telling y'all, go back to all of them videos I've made before. I used to hate men. I hated y'all. Like I couldn't stand y'all. Through the stuff I've been through, y'all look like trash to me, like literally. But today, I uplift the men, the kingdom men. So check this out. The other day, it's just so funny how tonight was Brothers in Black. There's a couple. Well, I don't know if they're a couple. It's a young lady that lives next door over here. And she's boyfriend. See, that's what you get by having these boyfriend ladies. We need husbands and we need kingdom husbands because otherwise it's not going to work, right? Anywho, my opinion. Educational purposes only. Okay. So her and her little boyfriend are having a dispute. This boy goes outside and commences to beating up this girl's car. I mean, just beating it up, trying to bust her windows out and everything. I'm like, and I guess because there aren't most women, even me, we don't know what a man look like. And I have this thing where people always say, I'm a man, I'm a man. And you ask them, well, what makes you a man? If you ask a kingdom man, what makes him a man? Oh, he's got the answers for you. He's the covering. He's the guidance of from the Most High Yah. He's the protector. He's the provider. On the Zoom meeting, looking at what our elder Maya was saying to her king, our pastor. She says, "You are my rock." Okay, you know what rock is? We want and I say we as women, and I am a woman of the Most High. Yah. We need a man that is on solid rock. And you can't be on solid rock without the Most High. It's impossible. Like literally, it's impossible. So being just like a little fly on the wall, to listen to our kingdom men speak and preach and teach. Yes, we need them. They need all the encouragement. Pastor was talking about the five love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and physical touch. I believe that our men should get all of that. They're entitled to all of that for all that they do, for all the things that are on their back. Because look, we as women are the helpmate, and so we have our own things that we're responsible for in the kingdom. So if he's doing his thing, we're doing our thing, and we come together as one, doing what we're supposed to do under the laws that the Most High has set and put in stone for us, a force to be reckoned with. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And Pastor Kofi and Elder Alma are perfect examples of that. And I keep telling y'all, I've never met these beautiful people, but I feel more close to them than my family members. They are amazing. Hashtag FINDKOFI. Hashtag find Kofi. Check out the videos. He's got thousands of them. I mean, literally, he has thousands of videos. Put in the search bar once you get to his web to his page on YouTube, and you thousands. You put in what you're looking for. He got you, and he comes with facts, facts that you can look up, facts that you can look up. Now, I keep telling people all the time, you have to do a specific type of search. When I say that, I don't mean like you can't just go and go, oh, okay, this is what they say. No, because they don't expect you to do the research and really dig. When you're Googling stuff, you got to be careful with Google. Google, you don't know what you might get. You got to keep looking. You can't just take the first couple of ones you see. No, no, no. You got to go down there. You got to read the little stuff that they got up under the titles of what you're looking for. The truth is out there, but you got to look for it. Pastor Kofi tells us what to look for because he's preaching or teaching the word. And then he tells you everyday things that are happening or has happened. And he's like, just look this up. Blah, blah. Just today. Wait a minute. I'm sorry. Just today, he was talking about pharmakia, which is pharmacy. He's doing a series. Oh, I love when my pastor, I just love when my pastor preaches anything. But I really enjoy the series that he does. And this one is different. Most of the series he does, it's usually like he'll take a chapter or a verse and we'll go through each and every line and he'll get you right so that you'll have a more clear understanding of the scripture. But this one is reversing the curse means revisiting the lie. And he gives you a different one. We've had religion, we've had Thanksgiving. We've had, wait a minute, that was the same one. We had leadership. We've had, oh, he did Matthew 7 and 3. Then, of course, we have Q&A. Um, he'll answer any of your questions. And then you can look up what he tells you. And I promise you, you won't, you won't be disappointed. I mean, I'm not going to go through because he started this series the beginning of November. But anyway, yeah, to see a kingdom man. Oh, wait, what is the difference between a worldly man and a kingdom man? I, you can't even put them on the same pedestal in any way. Like they're not on the same level in any shape, form, or fashion. They're just not. A kingdom man holds himself to a higher standard because they are the standard, right? And I know people don't want to believe that, but I mean, they are, you know. Um, did y'all know that the lighter your eye color, the less melanin you have? Look it up. Blew my mind. I was just like, the things that this pastor, that our pastor, that I am so thankful that I am a part of a hashtag S.O.C. Um, the things I learned, it's just mind blowing. How many times have you saw one of them with, and you'll probably be like, they be black people. Yeah, but the lighter your eyes, now brown eyes are brown eyes, they got melanin, but the darker the eye, the more melanin you have. I bet you didn't know that. And look it up. It's the truth. I looked it up. That's one thing I love about our pastor. He always tells you, if you don't believe what I'm telling you, all you got to do is look it up. Just look it up. Just look it up. Because I absolutely, when he's preaching, teaching, I can't, look, he's preaching, but he's also teaching at the same time. So I'm searching as he's speaking to me because I like to look it up. I like to see it because I'm a visual learner. So I like to see it. And then I just be reading it like, look at there. There it is. Not that I'm surprised, not that I'm shocked anymore. In the beginning when I became my SOCs, when I first started with SOC, I used to be like, what? I honestly got mad. I ain't gonna lie. The stuff I learned, I got mad. I was pissed. I was so pissed. I was pissed. Like y'all just been straight blind in our faces, and then it's like, but then I kind of get mad at us because we just blind, we just accepting whatever people say and just keep it moving, not paying attention that everything has a meaning. Like things don't just happen because like they just don't. It just doesn't. Like there's a reason for everything. And the more I learn, the more you can't tell me nothing. Like, no, I'm not following Pastor Kofi because I'm following Pastor Kofi. I'm following the pastor because he teaches truth. But I'm following the Most High, and the Most High led me to the pastor. I promise you he did because I was like, no, I'm tired. I used to look at the ministers, preachers, whatever they call themselves, on social media, excuse me, go to church, uh, the fashion show, because that's what I used to think of going to church. Like if you don't have the right clothes on or the nicest, you're gonna get talked about in the church. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all make it seem like it's a place to be, but we only go there on one day out of the week, as if the world don't be whirling, like life be lifing. And so I need the word every day. When I heard my pastor say that, this is years ago, I was just like, right? Yeah, you only need it on Sunday. And then what gets me is that the stuff they teach you on Sunday ain't even the real stuff. Like they'll give you a little bit and then throw a little, because at the end of the day, we really just need y'all to pay up so that we can, have better things, you know. Yeah. I am invite anyone to just, you know what? Don't come to a live session first. Go check out one of his videos. Put something in that you've always had a question about because I know reading the Bible is not easy. It's not for everyone. Like, really, it's not. But if you really are trying to read the Bible, one thing I learned for a fact that if you are really serious, the Most High knows it. So He gonna provide you with what you need. He gonna get you. He gonna bring them to you. He gonna bring it to you. He gonna make sure you get it. If you are serious about what that you want to know the truth, he gonna make sure. Because I was not giving up. I was like, I got to find. I kept saying a church home, and I used to always want to look for a church that I grew up in when I lived in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. It was a Baptist church. It was, we felt like home over there. We was there a lot. We was there a lot. We got Bible study on Wednesdays and we had choir rehearsal. Initially, I was a usher, so we had usher meetings and we had the choir rehearsals, and then we had, so we was at church all the time. But we only heard preaching on our Sundays. And I loved that church. I enjoyed it. And so I used to always, when I looked for a church as I got older, I wanted the church that gave me that type of feel, right? Um, but when I went to church, I still, didn't get much from it. I just didn't get much from it. I got it from the music, I would get it from the music, the words of the music, but just the preaching itself, not so much. Not so much. Um, so, I rather, not like for real, because it was like if I could just listen to some music, then there I go. I'm in church. But the preaching, now I get why the preacher wasn't making sense because it didn't make sense. It don't make sense. The stuff that they teach you is not the truth. And like Pastor Kofi say, you can't tell me half a truth. Wait, I don't mess it up. A half truth is a whole lie. That's what it is. A half truth is a whole lie. And that's what they've been giving you in the cirque. I know you're probably saying, "What's that?" The church. It means circus. Look it up. Look it up. It looks it up. Don't like I said. Don't just take the first couple of. And it's also the way you ask. Can you consider a church a circus? Ask questions. Don't just look up. I'm telling you, it's a way because they hide it. They don't want you to see it. Yeah. Yeah, being a part of Men in Black was so nice. The camaraderie, the encouragement, the love, it was beautiful. So next month is Women in Red, so we'll come together again. But we come together all the time because our preacher is preaching or one of the other ministers are teaching, Yeah. Being a part of S.O.C is one of the best things has ever happened to me, like for real. Real family. I love it. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. Shalom, family.